Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And I'm back at it again with another relaxing makeup tutorial. So today I'm going to be playing around with cool tones on my skin, but you can do this technique with any tones, any skin type. Starting off with my Too Faced Hangover Primer, I'm just moisturizing my skin. Since I'm going to be doing darker cool tone shadow on my eyes, I'm going to be moisturizing my skin and using a tinted moisturizer. My goal is to get my skin nice and clean looking, maybe cover up just a little bit of the redness, nice and natural. So I'm going to fluff up my eyebrows a little bit. And I'm going to draw in individual hairs with my Maybelline Tattoo Brow. Just following the natural shape of my brows. I think sometimes when you go overboard on your eyebrows, when you're doing darker eyeshadow, it can close your whole eye down. So I just want to leave space. And I'm going to be drawing my eyebrows in a little bit thinner than I normally would. I like how with this product I can draw in very realistic looking natural hairs because of the way that the applicator is shaped. Then I'm going to go in with my Dior Pump and Brow. It's a brown eyebrow gel. And I'm just going to brush my hairs on my eyebrow into place. Next, I'm going in with my Nars Moisturizer. This is a tinted moisturizer, so it gives me light to medium coverage. I still want my skin to look natural. I love how this product has SPF in it. You'll notice that I'm using a shade that is about one shade lighter than my skin. I want my skin to be just a little bit lighter, so that my eyes really pop with this makeup look. So when you're going a different shade than your skin tone, you want to make sure you go down into the neck and that you get your ears, you get your chin, so everything blends seamlessly. This is easy to do since I have a moisturizing formula that has a sheer color. I'm going to use just a little extra around my T-zone where I tend to get the most red. But since I'm going to be using a blush that is very pink, I think it's okay to let my natural pink tones and redness shine through on this look. Don't forget your ears if you're wearing your hair up. And I'm going to go in now with my Fenty Matchstix Cream Contour in Amber. I'm using my fingers today to blend all of my foundation and blush and my contour for a natural look. So you're going to contour where you normally contour. I want to pop my cheekbones out a little bit, contouring underneath the lip to pop the lip out. You just saw me contour underneath the nose to bring the nose down. And just defining the nose a little bit, cutting my cheeks in half. If you don't have big cheeks, you don't have to worry about that step, but I cut mine in half with my cream contour and it helps them to balance out a little bit. So just framing my face. Gonna draw a little bit on the jawline to define, But one of my biggest pet peeves is contour that is really heavy on the jawline to where it looks like you stuck your neck in mud. So I'm just doing a little bit. Sometimes I do carve it out, but today I want my skin to just be glowing and very natural. Have a little bit of coverage and SPF, a little bit of definition, but it's really going to be all about the eyes today. So I'm not going to be using a powder bronzer. You've seen me do that in other makeup tutorials where I tan or bronze my face a little bit. But I think having a bronzer or any makeup that's too orange looking on the face when you're trying to do like a smoky blue eye looks really, really weird. Those two colors clash a little bit. So that's why I'm going for like a cool toned contour. But once again, you can follow these techniques and use whatever colors and whatever products fit your coloring and your skin type. This is just what works for me. I love how since everything's nice and creamy on my skin, I can just blend with my fingers. Now I'm going in with my Glossier Cloud Paint in Puff. This is a gel cream formula for blush that you can just rub in with your fingers. It's very effortless and it's buildable. I'm definitely a fan of Glossier. So I'm adding just a little bit of definition in the pinkness around my cheeks. My skin is already very pink undertones. So I don't need to add much. A little bit on the top of my nose, and also I'm gonna add a little bit on the top of my forehead here in a minute. I think when you just put blush on your cheeks, it looks a little bit weird. So I will always put a little tiny bit on my nose, a little bit on the top of my forehead, and then maybe even a tiny bit on my chin when I'm using a cream blush. And you've seen in my other makeup tutorials how I will blend a little bit of the blush all over my face into my skin if I'm using a powder. So don't be afraid to blend all over. Here's my favorite Anastasia Norvina palette, and I'm gonna go in with these two colors right here, the lightest color and then the only blue color in the palette. So blending the white color, the base color, all over my eye to just have a nice canvas for the rest of the powder to go down. This ensures that when I do put that blue eyeshadow on my eyes, it will stick. So I just want to make sure I have a lot of this down, a good base in, so that it's easy for me to blend out the other eyeshadow I put on top. You guys ready for this? Let's go in with this periwinkle blue color. I used to be afraid of blue eyeshadow because I always thought it made me look kind of cheap or weird. But I realized it's all about finding a blue that complements your skin tone the best. So for me, this cool tone blue looks great, but you can experiment with different types of blues. This one's a little bit more grayish and purpley. So I'm just patting it in and blending it into my eye, and I'm gonna build this color up because I want it to be really intense. I'm gonna draw a little bit above my crease to enlarge my eye, almost out in a cat eye type shape, but I'll stop near the end of my brow. So it's just back and forth between layering product on and then blending it in. Layering the product and then blending it in until I achieve my desired intensity and result. Now, as this is happening, you might notice that there's a little bit of fallout. Some of this eyeshadow will inevitably go into my under eye area. And so what I will do later is I will take a tissue and just wipe some of that up, or take a Q-tip and do that. That's why I've saved my concealer for the last step, so that I can conceal if there's any fallout or my under eyes start to get a little bit dark. So I'm still layering this product. I recently took a color quiz online to see what colors look best on me for my skin tone and my skin type, and found out that I am a cool summer or a soft summer. And I was so shocked at how different that is than the colors I naturally gravitate to. So this makeup look is kind of inspired by that. I saw some of the makeup recommendations and decided to give it a try. So I don't always do cool toned makeup, but after this tutorial and how it turned out, I'm thinking about doing it more often. Have you tried doing a color test for yourself or looking online and seeing what colors are best for you? It's very interesting. So I added just a little bit of like a brown color to my crease, as you saw, to just blend the color in a little bit. Now I'm going in with the blue eyeliner and I'm going to tight line and go just above my lash line. I am pulling my eye out just a little bit because I have hooded eyes and it's difficult to draw there, but it's ever so gently. I'm going to follow the natural curvature of my eye. If you do not have hooded eyes or deep set eyes like I do, you can just wing out your liner, go for it. I have to be very, very careful of how much I wing out my eyeliner because my crease basically just will eat my eyeliner. I'm actually going to draw into my inner eye corner a little bit. I don't normally do this, but I thought it would be cool with this look. And I'm just following my natural eye shape, slight little wing at the end, avoiding the crease of my eye. You can wing it out like I mentioned, but I'm just gonna keep it like this. And it's adding that beautiful definition. Then I'm going to blend. I love this eyeliner because it comes with a natural blender, so you can blend the eyeliner as you work. Little tiny wing. Nothing too crazy. And I will come back in later and we're going to put a lot of makeup under the eyes as well. But first I want to put on concealer and powder. So that's what we're going to do now. This is my Nars Creamy Concealer. So I'm going to conceal my under eyes. A little bit extra concealer today because I'm using this dark color which is naturally bringing out some of the tones in my dark circles. So I need to cover that up a little bit to highlight the eye color and not look dead or swollen skin. Now you're going to notice that my under eyes look really bright now, which that's definitely a look, but I'm going to come back in with a peach toned blush and actually put a little bit of blush underneath my eyes so that my under eyes aren't so bright and white, so they don't pop out so much. So they just blend into the rest of my face and look like skin. So this is one of my biggest tips and tricks. Probably see me do this a lot. If you feel like your under eyes are too bright and you're not going for that look, put a little bit of blush there. I'm going to go in with my YSL Touch Eclat. This is a brightening pen. Little bit of extra brightener, even though I am going to come back in with blush. I think this is going to help turn the corners of my mouth up, give me a little bit of extra coverage for my under eyes. Then I'll even out the tone with the blush in a minute. Now I'm going in with a powder just to set my under eye area and set the rest of the face and prepare for that blush trick I've been talking about. I'm also going to add a little bit of extra blush on my cheeks as well in a second here. So just powdering down any areas that I shine. I love this Chanel powder. It's my favorite. I don't use any other powder. So here we go with that trick. You see my peach toned or almost orange toned blush underneath the under eyes. Just a little bit. You're gonna see right away how it helps this just blend into the rest of my face and not pop out too much. I still have the brightening effect and the coverage of my concealer, but it's not so obvious. Adding a little bit of this blush on the cheeks as well. A little bit on the nose, forehead, and there we go. So let's go into the under eyes. That brown color I just showed you, which I used a little bit of in the crease, I'm going to blend that brown color with the blue color, and I'm going underneath the eyes. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of drawing in under eye bags. I don't know how else to explain it, but I've done this in a lot of my other tutorials. This is one of my biggest tricks to make your eyes look bigger. I used to be afraid that this would make me look like I had bags under my eyes or make me look tired, but it actually has the opposite effect. You're gonna take that shadow down a lot further than you normally would. I used to just stay on the lash line, but I like the look of taking it down a lot further. And it's just lining my eyes ever so slightly. The trick is to build the color slowly, go back and forth, use your fingers if you have to, until you achieve your results that you're looking for. And I am going to go back in now on the lower lash line with that blue eyeliner. And I'm going to start on the outer corner of the eye, and I'm going to draw inside the waterline to connect it with the top lash. And then I'm going to pull it out onto the lash line and draw all the way to just about underneath my eye, my eyeball, my iris. I'm not going to take the color all the way into the inner corner because I want to leave some space there to enlarge the eyes. And then I'm going to blend it in. I want a really soft look. I don't want any harsh lines. This is a soft makeup look. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side, drawing inside, and then as I move along the lash line, I'm gonna smudge it in. And you can see now how this eye look is really starting to pop, really starting to come together. I don't think I've ever done this color on my eyes before. This was totally new to me. I think I've done this look on a model before. I mentioned to you guys before how I used to work in Hollywood as a makeup artist, but there's so many looks I haven't tried on myself. So this was really interesting and really fun for me. So next I'm just going to put on mascara and curl my eyelashes. I did that off camera, but you can see my lashes popping now. And it's time for lip liner, some matte lipstick, and then some lip gloss. So I'm going to line my lips to define them, but I do not want my lips to compete with my eyes. It's true what they say, you've got to choose one or the other. So I'm gonna blend this lip liner in, so it's more of a soft look. Then I'm going in with this color that's a little bit like a muted soft pastel orange color, which I think complements the color of the eyeshadow really well. I'm gonna get a good amount on there, but then I'm gonna blend it. And I'm realizing right now that I have a little bit too much on and my lips are starting to compete with my eyes, so I'm actually gonna blot it on a tissue to make it look more natural. The last step is a lip gloss that's a similar color. This one's from Nars. And I'm going to just add a little bit of lip gloss. This look is starting to remind me of like a early 2000s makeup. Like 2000s prom queen kind of look or something. It's so different than what I would normally do, but I'm loving it. So final touches. I'm going to powder down around my lips. This is a great trick for when you're wearing lip gloss and you don't want it to melt all over your face. A little bit of powder. Then I'm going to get ready to show this look off. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think in the comments below.